Thank you, Maliha. Assalamu alaikum. This is Temina Lodi, the school principal, Beacon House, Walton Campus, Lahore. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this important session today. The rationale behind this session is to take you on board regarding COVID-19 SOPs in place in the school building as per the government's directive. Ladies and gentlemen, since safety and security of children is a collective responsibility for all of us, so we, the school, and the parents must strictly adhere to all SOPs to not only keep ourselves safe, but most importantly, our students and staff. So what will we be discussing in today's session? Our objectives, ladies and gentlemen, are we will be apprising you of the steps taken to keep our students, staff safe inside the school building in total compliance to COVID-19 SOPs. We will also inform you about the details of the alternate day hybrid model, which will be implemented as per government's directive. We will be sharing school SOPs for students, staff, and parents. And of course, all your concerns will be answered at the end of the session. Few housekeeping rules for the virtual session. Kindly keep your mics on mute. Turn off your videos for better audio and video quality. Have cordial interaction with the teachers, school teams, and other respectable parents on this forum. Remain focused to the topic under discussion. Q&A will be at the end of the session. During the presentation, you may post your questions in the chat box. Rest assured, we will answer them. Alternate day hybrid model. Ladies and gentlemen, in the alternate day hybrid model, each class and session will be divided into two groups so that 50% of student strength attends school building on one day and the remaining 50% the next day. For example, Group A will attend on Mondays and Wednesdays, whereas Group B will attend on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Fridays, no school will be in the school building. Instead, 100% students will attend online. Ladies and gentlemen, keeping the whole class together on Fridays will ensure that the pace of learning is the same for all the students. It will also provide the opportunity for students to connect virtually with all their classmates. Of course, attendance will be marked for both face-to-face and online classes. Last week, schools shared an online form to collect sibling data through SMS. Same was posted in the Google Classrooms and parents were requested to provide the sibling information so that they can be grouped together. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, each student will attend 2 days of face-to-face school in the building. 2 days they will remain online with Beacon House schooling uninterrupted in their Google Classrooms. And on Fridays, whole class will be taught online together. Staggered school timing. To ensure social distancing with even 50% of student body in school, we will still follow staggered school timing, which is as follows. Monday to Thursday, earliest students will follow the school time from 8 a.m. till 12:20 p.m. Lower primary students will be in school from 8 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. Upper primary, 7:50 a.m. and 1:50 p.m. and middle school students will attend school from 7:45 a.m. till 2 p.m. These are the timings for the students from Monday till Thursday. On Fridays, in the Google Classrooms, all classes will follow the same time, which is 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. What have we done or will be doing on regular basis in school for strict compliance to COVID-19 SOPs? Apart from disinfection of the school building from a certified vendor and use of mask by all staff members. By the way, I have my mask here. I've just removed it because I was supposed to be talking to you and I'm alone in my office. We have ensured social distancing protocols, and apart from that, there are a number of other protocols that are going to be followed in the school building once we have the students and the entire staff back in the building. Repeated hand washing, hand sanitizing with strict health safety discipline, having only 50% of student strength in school at all times. Infection detection protocols are in place, which includes staff declaration of travel, COVID-19 clearance as per Beacon House policy. And we have revised timetables with compressed syllabi to ensure learning continues. Our classroom seating plans and class discipline includes daily sanitization of classrooms and other areas. School is already, as informed, being disinfected by a recognized vendor and cantonment board. Protocols for using washrooms, walking in queues are being established to ensure social distancing. Initially, no outside activity like break, assembly, or outdoor co-curricular activities will be conducted. However, no contact sports will be organized during the PE lessons. No canteen, ladies and gentlemen. So please ensure you give your child complete lunch and water bottle. I'm going to show you a picture of the classroom settings that we are doing. Yes, let me show you that I have personally seen that 3 or more than 3 feet distance is maintained between all the students and their teachers. Since at any point in time 50% or less student strength will be inside the school, so this 3 feet distance from each other could easily be managed in all the classrooms. However, please note that except for washroom breaks, hand washing and PE lessons, we would be keeping the students in their classrooms on designated seats throughout the day. We have another picture. Yes, we have another picture of our middle school, which you can see the classroom has already been set as per the COVID-19 SOPs. How are we preparing our students for the school building? Since last week, ladies and gentlemen, as you may know as well, we have started training students for school SOPs in their Google Classrooms. Students are being trained to follow school SOPs right from school gate to their classrooms and then safely back home. And we will do the same once students are in the school building. Classrooms have already been set to ensure social distancing with regular sanitization protocols before the students or teachers enter the class. Students have been explained not to share their things like their lunch, stationery, books, etc. All SOPs have been displayed for all as reminders around the school. For example, campus entry checklists for students include wearing of the face masks, maintaining the social distance of 3 feet while walking on the campus, getting temperature checks by digital thermometer at the gate, using hand sanitizers upon entering campus, forming a queue and moving straight towards their classrooms, avoiding any physical contact like handshakes, high fives, pipes. They will not be allowed. What will be the SOPs for teachers inside the classroom? Teachers and staff will wash, sanitize their hands before entering the classrooms or interacting with the students. They will follow the seating plan designed such that students are sitting at a distance of 3 feet, identified by the marking on the floor, which are in the form of stickers. Teachers will not touch the students. While talking, the teacher will ensure the use of face masks so that there is no transmission of droplets. Teachers to report student SOP violation to school head, and they will immediately report student with symptoms and will follow the infection detection process, which we will be talking about in the later slides. Checklist for the teachers during lunch or snack time includes that teachers will ensure that the students are seated when they give them a go-ahead to have their lunch. Students are asked to sanitize or wash their hands before starting. Masks are removed for a brief time when they are eating. So please make sure that there is no sharing of food or drinks. Once lunch is finished, the lunch boxes are put back in the bags, and students will be advised to wash or sanitize their hands after the meal. SOPs for washroom and water points are: entry into washrooms will be one at a time with proper hand washing for at least 20 seconds. Staff deployed will ensure regular disinfection of the washrooms, focusing on taps, door handles, etc. Social distancing floor markings have been done around the school and in the washrooms as well. As intimated, students must bring their own water bottles. Only filling of the water bottles will be allowed at water points. No child will be allowed to directly drink water from the chiller or a dispenser. Few points of students training which has happened, is being conducted online by the teachers in their Google Classrooms. It includes wearing of their face masks inside the school building. They are being guided for the gate SOPs like body temperature checks, hand washing, and sanitizing their hands, strict policy of no touch and no sharing of stationery or books, etc. All these things have already been shared with the students in their Google Classrooms, and they are being trained for the proper use of washrooms and for symptoms of COVID-19 and bringing their own lunch and water bottles to school. School gate SOPs and the discipline at the school gate. Parents or the drivers have to ensure that following measures are taken to maintain discipline on the school gates at drop as well as pickup time. Kindly drop and pick students at the allocated time. It is extremely important because the class schedules are staggered in a way that social distancing is not compromised at any time. Please use masks while waiting for your child. Maintain a distance of 3 feet from others while waiting for your child. In case of personal drivers or van drivers who come to pick students, same instructions should be given to them. School would also be doing the same. School gate protocol in the morning. In the morning, parents will drop their children in front of the designated gate, that is gate number 1 for middle school, which comprises of classes 6 and 7. That's the gate which goes into the middle school building. Gate number 2, which is our main gate. Main gate also has an entry side and an exit side as well. So the main gate entry side will be used by students of upper primary classes 3, 4 and 5, whereas the exit side of the main gate will be used by the students of lower primary and early years to enter and exit the school building. Gate number 3 will exclusively be used by the school staff only. Please note that children will only enter through designated gates, maintaining social distancing and wearing a mask. They will be required to sanitize their hands and shoes at the gate, and their temperatures will be checked. Few new SOPs for the dispersal time. Ensuring social distancing, students will queue at their respective dispersal areas. Parents are requested to place the placards bearing the name, class, and section of their children on their dashboards or windscreens of their cars, which should be visible to the deployed school staff. Staff deployed at the gate will ensure children are handed over to parents in their cars after checking their BSS ID cards. Due to 50% student strength and staggered time, we hope to disperse students fast. However, you're requested to have patience with the staff deployed, so no one will be allowed to bypass COVID-19 SOPs. Kindly ensure your child is collected promptly on time. Gate passes are strongly discouraged and will be issued from the school reception only. Kindly ensure you send your child's latest photograph with his or her name, class, and section indicated at the back of the photograph so that the new ID cards for session 2020-21 may be issued. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly note that these SOPs have been revised to keep our students, staff, and parents safe. They may sound inconvenient, but I'm sure that you will agree that safety and health of our children is our top priority, and all stakeholders will have to work together to ensure that, as always, we need your support and cooperation to ensure that all SOPs are followed in letter and spirit. Guidelines for parents. As mentioned earlier, masks are mandatory for all. Pick and drop of children at allocated times is imperative. Train your child or your children for social distancing. Ensure social distancing while picking and dropping your children at school. Train your personal drivers and maids to follow COVID-19 SOPs. If your child has COVID-like, God forbid, COVID-19-like symptoms like fever, cough, flu, etc., please ensure you keep them home and either apply for leave or your child may take online classes. Ensure your child carries a personal hand sanitizer, pack of tissues, extra labeled mask and lunch along with the water bottles. Ensure you check your child's temperature before sending him or her to school on daily basis. Meetings with school management. Following are the SOPs of visiting the school office for a meeting with the teacher or school management. Meetings are strictly by appointments. Parents should call the school office phone to set up meeting time. First priority will be an online meeting, but in case of requirement, one-on-one meeting can be arranged after the students have left the school building. Wearing a mask in the school is mandatory for parents as well as staff, and a distance of 3 feet will be maintained at all times. Although you will agree with me that with Google Classrooms, we're just a mail away now. New SOPs for pick and drop are students' transport, it can be the car, rickshaw, etc., will enter the school service road in 2 lanes from Bateen building end. Only one-way traffic will be allowed. Parents, drivers will remain seated in their cars. Only students will enter the school building following COVID-19 SOPs. At Parents, drivers will clearly display the names, classes, and sections of their children on their dashboards and windscreens. Staff deployed at the gate will note the names, and through announcements, students will be made to reach their conveyance. Student ID cards will be checked before handing over the students, so kindly ensure you carry your child's card at all times. No car will be allowed to be parked on the service road, as it will only be a pick and drop lane for the parents. Since these SOPs are new for all of us, so we will face some teething problems. However, rest assured that along with my team, we will be there with you to manage and facilitate everything. With few initial problems of streamlining everything, we are confident that with your support, we will be able to manage everything smoothly. Of course, we will have to keep on reminding ourselves of compliance to COVID-19 SOPs, no matter what we do, and most importantly, have patience with one another. This is the map or the layout of the main Walton Road and Service Road with designated gates. I'm very sure that this map or the outline is quite familiar to most of the parents. However, if you still require any clarification, we'll do it at the end of the session. Ladies and gentlemen, isolation areas have been designated for students who do not pass screening to wait to be picked up by their parents and guardians. Kindly note that no child having temperature or, God forbid, COVID-19 like symptoms will be allowed to enter school building. Ladies and gentlemen, please note the instruction for students and staff in various scenarios. Like in scenario 1, if an infection is reported in the household of a student or a teacher or any staff member, students will be asked to remain at home and attend online classes. While they attend online classes, they will be marked present and their attendance will count against school's attendance requirement. Teachers or staff will be asked to remain at home and give online classes. Scenario number 2, if the infection is reported in a student or teachers or a staff, God forbid, students will be asked to stay home. If the student can attend online classes, they will be facilitated. If the student cannot attend classes, they will be given exemption from attendance requirements of the school. The rest of the children in that group of the class will be informed about the report. All students in that class group or the bubble that will be created, because that group will stay together, will be asked to stay home for 14 days and attend online classes. Teachers and staff will be asked to stay at home and teach online or remotely. Scenario number 3, if symptoms of COVID appear inside the school, God forbid, or is detected at the school gate, the child or staff member will not be allowed entry into the school building. Staff will be asked to return home immediately and self-isolate. Student will be made to sit in an isolation area made near the school gates, and parents would be requested to collect their child from the isolation area. COVID Marshal will deal with the parents and students. Now, some corrective actions for individuals violating these SOPs. For implementation of safety SOPs, disciplinary corrective actions will be in place to cater to the violation of the SOPs during school. Anyone can report violation of SOPs, including students, teachers, and staff. After reporting violation incident, The school head will question the student and will give a verbal warning. In repeated incident, the school head will give a written warning to the student and will inform the parent. For next infraction, the school head will suspend the student and send him or her home after talking to the parent. If a student does not correct his or her behavior after coming back from the suspension, case will be forwarded to COVID Protection Committee and extreme action can be taken accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the simplest way. I'm going to share a simplest way to make a cloth mask at home. You can make these washable masks for your children that can easily be disinfected on regular basis after use. Ladies and gentlemen, all these measures, SOPs mentioned have been designed to reduce contact between a large number of students, people, to minimize the risk, however small, of the spread of the infection, if any. Our aim is to ensure that our students remain safe in their bubbles or cohorts. Once again, on behalf of my team at Walton Campus, I thank you all for the support that you have always extended, and I will conclude my presentation with these comments only, that let's get together and ensure that our children don't learn safety by accident. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.